Welcome. What you're about to see is not another assessment tool. It's a redefinition. Formz, redefining vocational assessment. From written performance to demonstrated professional dialogue. Because when you're training someone for a real profession, healthcare, education, trades, you don't need to know what they can write. You need to know what they can do, how they think, and how they sound when it matters. That's where Formz begins. Now let's look at the shift. On the left, the old way. Generic LMS quizzing. Text-heavy, recall-based multiple choice. Surface-level memorization. And feedback, a grade, and an assessor monologue. Dead end. On the right, Formz. Audio-rich, reasoning-based scenarios. Evidence with ecological validity, meaning we test skills the way they're actually used, under realistic time constraints. And feedback becomes a structured, two-way professional dialogue. All three arrows meet in the middle at one outcome: actionable growth. Formz doesn't just test what you know, it captures the prosody, the hesitation, the authentic reasoning that generic text boxes simply erase. So how does this work in practice? Meet the assessment closed loop, the heartbeat of Formz. Step 1. Build with intention. Create the task, map it to professional standards. Step 2. Capture authentic performance. The learner executes and records their audio. Step 3. Judge fairly. Now you've got rich evidence to evaluate against. Step 4. Help the learner grow through meaningful feedback and genuine dialogue. This isn't a one-way test. It's a living cycle that turns every assessment into professional development. But to make that cycle work, you need the right foundation. Formz balances two things that normally fight each other: structure and flexibility. On the left, rigorous metadata for compliance. Program, unit, specialty. Everything tracked, everything auditable. On the right, creative freedom. Drag and drop templates, professional defaults that let you jumpstart creation without starting from scratch. The magic is this: Formz handles the rules of governance automatically, so the assessor is freed up to focus on the flexible creative part, capturing genuine performance. And that freedom extends to every user, everywhere. Full right-to-left structural support. Learners can interact in Arabic, Hebrew, any language, without losing system fidelity. And, because marking sessions can be long, Formz natively supports persistent theme settings. Dark mode, text size, whatever reduces eye strain and respects user preference. Accessibility isn't an afterthought here, it's built into the bones. Now let's walk through the cycle, starting with phase 1, build with intention. The active workspace gives you creative freedom, drag and drop inputs, media matrices, but also strict control, mandatory labels, constraints, assessor-only fields. You're not just building a quiz, you're building a structured performance task that will capture real competence. And to make sure that competence is real, Formz uses what we call the authenticity anchor. 3 rings, eyes to outer ring. Ring 1, audio, voice biometrics and time boxing, unfakeable. Eyes to middle. Ring 2, visual, a photographic audit trail, we'll come back to that. Eyes to inner ring. Ring 3, metacognitive, confidence and rationale friction. The core idea: to prove genuine vocational competence, we have to shift from write what you know to show me, in your own voice, under realistic conditions. That metacognitive ring is powerful. Look at the flowchart. Traditional MCQ is a guessing path. Pick an option, get a false positive. Formz introduces the metacognitive path. You pick an option, then you declare your confidence level. Low, medium, high, and you provide a rationale. Now, blind guessing becomes a public act. You can't just click and hide. You have to admit low confidence and invent a false rationale, which is a highly visible metacognitive performance. We don't just ask what's the answer, we ask how sure are you, and why. That leads us to phase 2, capture authentic performance. Time boxing is the key. Tight, unpausable audio limits. Why? It prevents reading from prepared notes. It makes impersonation incredibly difficult, and it simulates real-world constraints, exactly like a clinical consultation or a client conversation. No rehearsed scripts, just real-time reasoning. The visual audit trail. But we also capture the visual side. The visual audit trail is a game changer. Context-specific upload prompts appear at the exact decision points, not as an afterthought. Privacy by design. The 75% crop rule forces the removal of identifiable patient data, clinic logos. You only see what's relevant. The result is irrefutable evidence. No more "I did it, trust me" claims. Retrospective fabrication becomes impossible. The learner workflow. And for the learner, the experience is clear and structured. Discover, they see what's expected. Execute, they record, upload, perform. Commit, a psychological and procedural final check before submission. That final check is important. It gives the learner a moment to reflect, to ensure they're submitting their best evidence. It reduces anxiety and increases ownership. Now we're at phase 3, judge fairly. Eyes to left, here's the learner's actual response. Eyes to right, right beside it, the assessor's expected answer, the marking scheme. No toggling between windows, no paper rubrics. The evidence and the standards sit adjacent in a single unified view. Live scoring, outcome selection, everything in one place. That's efficiency, but more importantly, that's fairness. Because when you can see the evidence and the standards side by side, judgment becomes clearer, more consistent. The time efficiency paradox. And here's the paradox. Traditional written assessment, say a 500-word essay, high cognitive load to read, easy to plagiarize, masks true understanding behind writing ability. Formz audio, 60 seconds of speech, immediate delivery of prosody, highlights clinical reasoning, reveals interpersonal tone. Listening to 60 seconds of focused speech reveals far more about true professional competence than reading 500 words of generic text. You're not just saving time, but here's what makes that judgment truly bulletproof. Formz brings together 3 parallel streams of evidence, what we call the triangulation of evidence. The voice, the learner's original audio recording. It reveals confidence, tone, reasoning speed, things you can't fake. The text, an auto-transcription that gives you a searchable, archivable anchor. You can scan, quote, revisit. The exemplar, the assessor's pre-recorded expected answer. It acts as the baseline standard, so comparison is immediate and objective. 3 streams side by side. Combined, they create unshakable assessment validity. No more guessing whether a learner truly understood. You can see it, hear it, and compare it. Phase 4, help the learner grow. Which brings us to phase 4, help the learner grow. This is where assessment becomes development. We structure feedback into 4 layers. Strengths, what went well, with subtext, appreciation. Improvements, where the gap lies, with subtext, correction. Feed forward, the concrete action plan for next time. Inquiry, clarification, opening the dialogue. It's not just a grade, it's a roadmap. The inquiry loop, and that inquiry piece creates the inquiry loop. The assessor gives strengths, improvements, and an invitation for inquiry. The learner receives a targeted alert and responds directly with a follow-up rationale. Instead of immediately failing a borderline answer, the learner can ask for clarification. This loop iterates until professional competence is securely proven. Structure is not a restriction. It allows human dialogue to happen safely at scale. Closing. And that's what Formz does. By replacing uniform text with authentic voice, rigid grading with professional dialogue, and disjointed tools with a unified studio, Formz aligns education with reality. So the question isn't if assessment should change. The question is, are you ready to redefine your standard? Formz makes professional competence visible,